You are now tuned into Big Monk Media, where sound becomes vision, vision becomes legacy. Two juggernauts with one vision. Shut up and eat your donut.
All right, welcome to the Big Monk Media Podcast. We are live and we are back.
In full effect.
Yes, sir. I'm Play Dirty on the beat.
This is Tequila Nylon.
There we go. Here we go. Yeah, man. So we were talking about, talk or kind of walking into people's studios and knowing, or places of wherever they created, knowing if they're kind of serious or not, and
Indeed, yeah.
So it's cool, man. Like, we've touched on it on many podcasts, but you've been a big proponent of this. Is use what you got. We've talked about it many of times, and it just goes to show you that, like, once you start fishing around and looking around your storage or wherever you hide your cords or old stands or maybe even old cameras, you'll be amazed at what you got.
Indeed.
Like
it's like I've always, especially like with cords, right? I've always kept all kind of weird cords and AC adapters and things of that nature, and it always felt good when I needed something. If I just did a little bit of digging, then I can get exactly what I'm looking for.
Yeah, I mean, like, I got this light above me now, right? Because I was having problems with my front camera, more so at night. Like when I come down here, like it was really grainy, and then I kept trying to adjust the settings, and then during the day, if I shoot, I got a big window above me, and that kind of caused a problem too. So I gotta sneeze. Maybe not. So I didn't really black it out. I just put a black I put a black sheet on it, and so I did that. So that helps during the day, but I'm gonna fully black it out and basically put my soundproofing material on it. I think that'll help too, just for sound wise.
Yeah. And everything helps,
right? And then just having this. So I got like basically this stand, but it hooks up to the wall where you can hook up the light. This light that I got above me is basically a panel light. I want to say I think it's 12 by 12. Either 12 by I think it's 12 by 12 or 13 by one of those, 12 by 12 or 13 by 13, whatever. But it's from a company called Calumet, which doesn't even exist anymore. It was in Chicago, and it was kind of like one of them. I got it from one of the first people I ended up, shooting a hotel music video, which was called Moves Like Jagger, which was the song.
Oh yeah.
So I got that from Mike. It's kind of like one of them consignment, like, man, we made it through this. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. So I got actually two of them. So it's just crazy. So this light above me, which it's $1,000 light. This place, in Chicago it was really expensive. It's probably why they went bankrupt. Because but yeah,
got cheaper parts,
right? Yeah, so it's crazy to be able to use it, and just like I said, it was one of them things. Like I hooked up a TV. Which I found in the alley a couple years ago. I had told you about that when I was looking for monitors.
Oh yeah.
So we're full swing. Got the TV. I also figured out too how to basically hook the TV up to the interface and have that running and playing with the speakers and stuff like that.
Okay.
Honestly, I didn't think I had enough inputs because of course the back is basically tapped with the MPC and the subs, and then I just thought the front ones were mic inputs. And then I'm like, hold on, I think I could put this.
It should be a combination.
Yeah,
you got the focus right. The 4i4 is that what you got?
I got the Motu M4.
The Motu, that's right.
Yeah,
that's right. You got the Motu. That's right. Yes. Yeah. That's a combo. That's a combo input.
Yeah. So, and it's funny because
don't forget though, you still have the big knob which you can use as a mixer to go into the interface.
Yes.
That'll open you up some input, so you can keep whatever open in the front for whatever purposes. So just
Right.
FYI. So yeah.
Yeah, so I was thinking. So I actually tried to hook up the big knob before I actually realized that I could just.
Ah,
And of
yeah, yeah.
course, like I kept going back and forth with Chad. I, my signal was going on the big knob, but I couldn't get it to transfer over to the Motu.
To the
So
motor.
yeah, so it's
Gotcha.
probably just a matter of plugging around. But I was already that whole day was a whole thing because because first I tried to put the TV basically to black out above me, right? Well,
Yeah.
it's just me mounting a I don't know, I think it's a 40-inch TV and it's one of the old ones, so it's heavy, right?
Got a
It
little
got
weight to it.
yeah, so I'm sitting here, I'm literally standing on top of my desk, so I know it can hold me, so it's good.
Hey, it's well built. That means it's
Yeah,
well built.
so that means I did a good job.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So I was on that motherfucker, and then of course I'm trying to like mount it and screw at this. I'm like, man, this ain't gonna work. So I basically came down, and then I basically hooked it up to the wall, which the wall is cement, so it drilled in, so it's nice and sturdy. But I'll
Yeah, yeah.
eventually get like a flat, bigger TV. It's kind of bulky, but for now it's perfect. It's just like
Yeah,
background, just to have.
exactly. Just some ambiance to
Yeah,
some ambiance and some eye candy. So you can mystify your guests when they walk up in there.
for sure,
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
Um, yeah, man. So yeah, that's been a whole process, and I basically spent a good 6 hours recalibrating everything again, and I want to say I'm basically done. I got my in front of me is basically a webcam, and then on the side, when I do the other videos, are gonna be the big boy cameras. The Sony's on the right, and then
yeah.
the Canon's basically right here, gonna be up top, and then shooting onto the MPC. I got another stand, another tripod, because I kind of want like a flat like shot above the MPC.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
But this damn stand that I got is just not tall enough. So I would either have to, build something out, which is fine because, I still got room above me. So,
Yeah, yeah,
maybe something
yeah.
that comes above. But honestly, I don't really like my MPC flat anyways. I kind of like it on the
So
angle.
just yeah, so it's probably over shoulder probably be.
Yeah, so that's kind of where
Yeah.
I got it. I got a 50 millimeter lens on it, and that kind of seems to do the justice. I got another lens that I can use, which is it's like you can zoom on it and stuff. It's a 128, and but I think I'm going with the 50. I just like the it's a little sharper than my other lens. So yeah, man, that's kind of the new calibration. And then I got the play dirty sign on the left of me, so that
Yeah,
almost
yeah, yeah.
acts like a watermark, to the video. So
Yeah.
yeah, these next videos that will be posted are definitely just I'm gonna kind of just stick with the signature and just let it be. Eventually, I'll probably get a higher upgrade of a webcam the front of me, because then I don't have to worry about settings. And then because it's like I had the Sony there, but as I'm changing the light, you got to change the settings and pick up the camera.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
here with the
yeah.
webcam, you just go to the menu dial and boom, boom, boom. Tweak whatever you need to tweak and turn down whatever you need to turn down. So yeah, man. So that's what's cracking over here. Um, I kind of wanted to ask you, we kind of question that popped up with. I prompted chat to kind of get the juices flowing. Um,
Yeah.
and I think we've talked about this before, but just for whoever is watching, and just for our personal archive as well, um, finding your sound as a producer. What when was the point where you found a sound or your sound where you're like, I think I'm on to something here, and I'm pretty sure that's changed multiple times. But I'm
Oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah. So basically, when I kind of figured out, it was a yeah, it was a it's a bunch of different times, right? So my first like hands-on production based or beat making sound selection kind of situation, I uh I was allowed to carry the the click drum machine. It was a Yamaha RI-30. And to have a couple days with it just to kind of get a feel for it, like how to use it. Someone kind of showed me like this is how you do this is how you sequence, this is how you turn stuff up and down, XYZ, whatever. So I walked around with it for like a week where I'm just programming beats.
And
And
by
go
now,
ahead.
sorry, by now, how long are you into making music at this time?
Um, around this time, let's see. I'm probably yeah. It's this is the start. This is the start of it.
Okay,
This is '95. This is where this is my introduction to beat making. And
okay.
for sure, like just kind of like someone just handed me the drum machine. It was just like do your thing and you know and like, come talk to me about whatever questions you got, whatever. So I was going to work, going break, pull the thing out right at the booth, and just like put on the headphones and just tap things out. That's kind of where I kind of find out my tempo, my cadence,
Mm.
and also like what kind of snares I liked and what kind of drums I liked. Now the RI-30 had a more what's the word I'm looking for? Arcadic Casio kind of sound to it. So it wasn't like the strongest of drums. It was probably like a step under the Boss Doctor Rhythm or Roland Doctor Rhythm, whoever did the doc. I think they both had one. I can't remember, but it was like a step below that as far as sound quality. But as far as what you can do with it was like almost cutting edge at that time for drum machines.
Mm.
Um, but it kind of taught me things like pitch, sequencing, and a little bit of MIDI. I learned a little bit of MIDI through the RY-30 as well. So basically drums was like my first like gravitation to sound. It's like I was just be able to get in there and just kind of come up with rhythms and things, and then people would like put stuff on top of it. Because at that time when I started really getting heavy into the beats, making beats, not too long after that, I started recording an R&B group. Their My roommate's brother had a R&B group, so they had keyboards and things of that nature. So they already came in with like songs ready to go or songs in progress, and they would basically play some keys. I put some beats on it. Boom, yeah, we can roll with that kind of thing. So after that, sampling just kind of came into my life in a way that uh, changed my perception of how to do music. Like how can I make music? And it was the Akai S612, if I'm not mistaken. And there's a filter on it. So basically it had a low pass filter, and then for whatever reason when you use that filter, it's like this the texture that it gave the sample just kind of like put me in a whole nother mindset of all the things I can do with so little sound.
Mm.
So it's just a matter of me hitting one or two notes and just having like just grit and texture that I'd never heard before.
Yeah.
And then I just kept building off of that. And then I got really good at finding samples, especially like vocal samples to put on hooks or to bring intros in and whatnot. Um, but then the more I was cutting up these vocal samples, it was like the more I started hearing notes, ghost notes, if you will, and then
Mm.
I started diving into that. Then we ended up adding a Roland MS1, and then I learned another layer of MIDI with that. But then I was like doing stuff. I'm going around smacking doors and tables and recording into the MS1 and using those for drums, beating on like dressers and just I'm just doing wild stuff with it, like
Mm.
just making up stuff. And then that's got into layering drums, and so it just kind of drums was kind of like the foundation of me making beats and my finding my sound. But then like the Kai S612 like taught me tone,
Mm,
like how to kind of tone an instrument to your liking.
mm. Yeah, that's dope. That's an experience there. That's a journey of sound and discovery and
Yeah, yeah, and that was just of off the RY30, and
mm,
then again like again like taking that and connecting it to the Kai S612, and then taking that and hooking both of those up to run with the Roland MS1. Then I was just like starting, okay, putting things together, like, oh, you can have multiple things that all are on the same time frame to create beats. You didn't have to have just one thing and just do things over and over. You can add on to what you're doing. And that kind of taught me how to like actually like hook stuff up and actually build studios off of that.
mm. Yeah, I'll probably say, my style or finding my sound was like a a journey of for me of like my past, present, and future. If that makes any sense, like it felt
Mhm.
like okay, like I feel like when I started, it was very arcade like, so that was like, well, I think it's just the whole inception, it's like it felt like not kiddish, but it felt very arcade, uh little futuristic. And then once I started like finding and looking for samples, that was interesting too, right? Because it was just like,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah, yeah.
it was a pool of samples. And but in my back of my head, I knew that okay, these samples are cool, but I wasn't sampling records. I was going to sites, um uh what
Splice. You
yeah.
were you were. That's the first one I remember you trying out. That was in Philly, as a matter of fact, when you got that account. That's when we was in that I don't know how to explain it, but it was like an apartment townhouse situation, and it was like right there on a busy kind of street
With the crazy
where
basement.
no, yeah, yeah, exactly, with the
Yeah,
basement, yeah,
yeah,
exactly,
yeah.
that one, yeah, 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 yeah,
That
yeah,
shit was
yeah, that's
crazy.
it,
And
yeah.
I almost fought the the restaurant owner because she was getting pissed that we threw out all the trash in front of the Airbnb. Like, what do you want us to do with this shit?
What am I
Eh,
supposed to do?
yeah, yeah,
Oh man.
yeah. It was crazy. Yeah, it was around that time, right? So it's just like that was cool, but in the back of my mind, I knew that all of these sounds everybody else is using, right? Like it's on this website, everybody's talking about
Exactly. Yeah.
Splice, and they sounded so good. Like most of them, like ready to go, ready to go. And I feel like I had some success off of those, and sound and but it was a journey because still I was so new, right? And it was just like, okay, well, I like these sounds, but they're not really. I know everybody's using them, so that's in the back of my head. Like, yeah, I can chop it and this and that. And then I was looking for the maybe I know at that time I was looking for perfect loops because then it was easier on me because I hadn't found my tempo yet.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
just like, all right, like
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
it has to be like it has to fit in this whatever constraint of 120 BPM or whatever. So that was a whole thing. Um, and then I feel like I started to play a little bit more with the MPC when it came to what was in the MPC. You know what I'm saying? Like the sounds and
Yeah. Yeah.
tube, whatever, hyper and
2 cents.
tube synth, and
I yeah. Yeah.
so there was that little journey, which was cool, because that let me explore synths and made me wanted to get like, okay, let me see if there's other expansions I can get or other whatever companies I can attach myself to and see what sounds I can get from there. And then I feel like that took me into that whole 80s type of wave, you know. So it started like kind of exploring, you know, really just throwing shit at the wall. Um, and then I locked into like the 80s mode, which, you know, that's just another thing, you know, it's another like passion. Like I love that era, you know, it's really recognizable. The drums, you know, it's that classic, that 80s snare that, you know, you hear it, it's almost in every song. You know, it just takes me to
Yeah.
this nostalgic type of place, you know. And it's just like disco and dance. So I definitely explored that a lot, which was awesome because it just let me, you know, go into those pockets then, which we eventually ended up sharing together, which was, you know, our house era, you know, where
Yeah,
we
yeah, yeah, yeah.
where
Dirty Sunset, baby.
yeah, Dirty Sunset, where we just kind of went in and, you know, we really took the inspiration from house music. Because I've always said, you know, it's like, hey, if I can go back in time, it would be to literally start at the disco era. Like put us in Studio 64 and we just like time warp. Like, hold on, what's going on?
50,
Coke's
54. I think in 54. It's
yeah,
Studio
yeah,
54.
54. Coke's still on the nose,
Yeah.
and we just like what? What like, like just crazy. Like I really I've
Just wilding out.
just wild and just on the dance floor, big speakers, and then we go straight into the pocket of, you know, the red light parties and, you know, this the factory and this whole big, you know, warehouse. And, you know, they literally had speakers from the basement all the way to wherever, you know, the whole
Yeah, yeah.
surround sound of it all, you know. And take us to that area of house music, you know, in Chicago. Then, you know, be able to go between Chicago to Detroit, you know. And if we're still alive at the end of all of that, like then you, you know, get into the hip hop era. Um,
Yeah.
but that's just kind of like, you know, if I would be able to do that, that's what I would want to do. Um, and then I feel like I went into a pocket of like the, you know, exploring like my granddaddy's records, which I only did a little bit, you know, and getting on my Latin side, you know what I'm saying? So there was like this whole Latin, like, oh, like, let me try these different like grooves and Latin type beats. And that was also awesome, you know, to kind of go through that. Now I feel like I'm more like in well, now that I'm sampling whole fucking songs, thank you MPC stems, like now it's just like this,
Yeah.
the groove is either the song or it's kind of where I want to take it. It could be the mix of everything together. So I kind of feel like I'm in a boom bap little soul, definitely soul. Like I feel like I've been sampling soul for about at least 2 years now. Like I really haven't
Mm.
deviated from that, you know. And I've definitely hit some pockets, you know, but that's just where I'm at, you know. And it's like just ride the wave. I mean, I definitely, you know, when it comes to the drums, like that's all. Drums and bass are always been like a thing, but I'm definitely more comfortable now. I don't think about it, but if anything, I had to like kind of like critique myself, be like, all right, maybe either start messing around with breaks a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Maybe add some breaks in there every now and then, just to jazz it up. Um, I don't know, but yeah, that's you know, it's a little sound, you know. Yeah, talking out with
Little sound talk, a little speaker talk,
little speaker talk.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, man. It's every season is a journey though through it though. That's for sure. That is for sure. You
Yeah.
know.
I mean, it's nothing like learning something new, especially when you can attach it to something that you love and like grow from it and evolve from it. You know what I'm saying? Take the next step in your journey. So, yeah, always nice to find new ways to explore sounds to inspire you for that next thing.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, because it can get you can definitely get like burnt out on the same um either
Routine, if you will. Yeah, kind of situation where you're just going through the same shit, messing with the same kind of equipment.
yeah.
Just. just in the same, kind of dull environment. You just kind of just like it all becomes mundane and like not as inspiring. But like when you find new sounds, it's just like okay, let me try something.
Yeah. And yeah,
Yeah,
and honestly, being able to allowing yourself to take that journey with the sound, right? Allowing yourself to
yeah,
to
yeah,
to to go on the trip, that's 99% of the battle, and I feel like we do that really well. Like we don't, if we feel it, we're just gonna go, and it's not gonna really
yeah.
get questioned. Which,
Yeah.
I think that's where the purest artists, stand out any day from whatever it may be. Just because we're willing to take those risks and we don't care so much on the outcome. We're more so interested on the journey from start to wherever it leads us. So that's,
Indeed. Indeed.
I mean, yeah, that and honestly, that's what has defined genres, not genres, but I would say eras, right?
Errors. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's what really has defined those, because you had the right people at the right time that were willing to break all norms of what it should be, and just throw different shit into the pot, making that gumbo, making that house smell, you know how it should smell, when you cooking. I mean,
Indeed. Yeah. Yeah.
so it's one of them things, like, um, I feel like it's one of them things that we need now probably more than ever, right? With music being at the state that it's at, and everybody waiting for whatever they're waiting for, waiting on.
Something, like something more than what's going on right now. Like, it's everybody's just, staying safe,
Yeah,
if you will. You know what I'm saying? Or you're just making sure they kind of stay in a place that allows them to bring in income, which is, I mean, I guess is cool in some aspects, but I'm definitely more into the exploration of music more than anything. Like just kind of like it's just finding things that I didn't hear last time or didn't see before, and just making it something new. So yeah, I definitely feel you on that one.
yeah. No, it's now more than ever, and maybe with this whole renaissance of people kind of having the dolls in the background and picking up MPCs, and now that they got the MPC sample coming out,
Yeah.
March 24th, that should be interesting, because it's like a pocket MPC, it kind of has.
I'm very interested to see the actual size. I saw, I think that was today, maybe yesterday, where they posted a picture
Hmm.
of it on top of the MPC 60.
Yes.
Um, which I kind of got a reference for what size that is, which would make it a pretty. It'll be on the larger side of the portable things that I've seen. Which I mean, I wouldn't care either way, but I'm very interested to like understand how much of a difference it is between the MPC sample, and the MPC one as far as size is concerned. I
Mm.
would love to see what the portion is between the two.
Yeah, it definitely looks thinner. It probably.
Yeah, definitely thinner. Definitely thinner.
Yeah,
Yes.
it has
Yes.
I think a 4 hour lithium battery on it, so it seems like you will be able to take it out
Yeah,
wherever.
yeah, yeah. For sure. For sure.
The speaker looks, I don't know, the speaker looks small, so I don't know if it's gonna be anything significant.
Oh,
You know,
I will imagine it would be on the. It wouldn't be worse than your phone, and phones now are they're pretty decent as far as
true.
just like listening stuff. You get a lot of range and dynamics in there. Not necessarily much of the low end as one might like, but you definitely get some dynamics in it. Enough dynamics to like kind of hear what you're doing. So
Yeah,
I uh I don't think it'd be too bad. It's definitely like
it probably won't be
you
like the
know
live though. It probably won't be
No,
like
it won't
it
be.
won't.
It won't be like
So
that.
live
It
is
won't.
decent.
Yeah,
Yeah.
live is like a sound bar on that
Yeah.
thing. Like it's yeah. And this is just more of a kind of a reference, if you will. Like if you're
Mm.
just messing around and tinkering before you put the headphones on or whatever, getting things set up or whatnot. I would imagine.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
But it
it's
has a mic. It has a built-in mic on there though, so
yeah.
that's that'll definitely add some flavor.
Yeah. I mean, for people to either sample their own voice or
Or just
sample
yeah. So
atmosphere.
I would like once we find out what the actual dynamics and on and are for those kind of applications, like just have this being out and about and hitting record and seeing what it picks up type stuff. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that turns out.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm pretty excited for it. We'll see. We'll see if Kaya blesses us with some. So
I mean, at some point, they're gonna have to realize, how important we are to the Akai community. So
for sure, for sure. I know it's coming. It's coming. It's coming. Gotta keep chugging along here.
just
Yeah.
we're gonna keep doing our thing. They'll pick it up at some point.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Yeah, no, it's needed though. It's like, um, they're getting little samples now. But yeah, man, it's everybody needs to start looking in a little bit more and projecting, that inner stuff out. And not
Yeah.
just try to just change the landscape of things. But I don't know, man. Like I said, I just keep going to the spot where it's just like it's like, does it have? Obviously, I know the value it has to me, and you, but it's starting to feel, and maybe because AI is like right there on the side, it's like AI is like running, faster than anything can run, right? So it's just like
Yeah.
before, like, I had, as a photographer, I always had this thing like in the back of my mind, like, oh, all right, I'm a photographer. All right, cool. Then you hop on Instagram, it's like, shit, everybody a photographer, right?
Yeah.
Then
Yeah.
it's like, all right, cool. Then it's like, then I try to get it to like city base. All right, Chicago. I'm looking at all the posts, all right, some of the stuff starting to look, I see patterns here. I see people using the same filters. I see all of this stuff. So instantly, all right, I want to switch it up, right? Like, but now the fact that, you can get anything, any filter, color, sound to look however you want it to look, it's interesting. It's like, are we overstimulated? You know what I'm saying? Like, is it a
Well, I think we were already
we've
overstimulated.
been yeah.
I think more than anything, I think it's just now is the time where you don't need a overpriced team to accomplish a goal.
Mhm.
And then there is no more blueprints per se, as far as industry standard, right? Now everybody has the opportunity to create a curriculum, to create a path, and teach people,
Yeah.
right? Whether you create art, whether you create visual art, musical art, culinary art, whatever the art is, right? And able to show people how you did it, and then have them learn from you via content, and also have an appreciation for what you create, so they're willing to pay you for it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, there was a time where you had to drive different cities, talk to different people, go to different buildings, wait for different deals, different paperwork. Now all that's gone,
Yeah.
right? It's over with. Like with that, now everything is, what do you want to do? Do it right now before someone else does it. basically is the layout right now. Like,
Mm.
music right now, the music industry is trying to figure out how to restructure everything again, like they did when Napster came around. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, now people can just share music all over the world like in an instant, so we can't get paid the way we used to get paid.
Right.
So how do we flip that? The streaming comes along, right? Changes everything up. Now it's like now you can just post songs that take 5 seconds to make. So now you can't really make money off of streaming anymore because the market is saturated with music.
Yeah.
I think I heard some wild stat like every day there's like 1 million songs getting posted, getting released.
It's
Some that's like
it's probably more
I
than
don't
that.
even I don't even understand how to like there's so much music out there.
Yeah.
Like there's no one stop shop anymore, right? And it's not only just that there's 1 million, it's everywhere, all over the world.
All
Music
over.
is being released every day. This is like there's never been a time like this, and it's just literally a matter of you put yourself out there, you will get noticed, and you will be able to do what it is you love to do. You just have to put in the work. That's it. You have to set your systems up, put in the work, and then once you figure out what it is, you scale from there.
Yeah. Yeah, I think, it's just such like muddy waters, it's just like it's like you I don't know, it's just everybody's leaving their tracks, right? Which is great. It's like, and I don't know if before it felt like, less people were doing it. But man, finding as an artist, like one finding their own sound, style, all that's more important than ever right now because
Yeah.
anything can be produced, whatever. Like, so finding those things that are unique to you and that you really cling on to, like, you got to hold that really dear, like, and sharpen those swords heavily and not let the noise drown you out because I keep thinking, man, I just like, it's just like, man, like, what value does this have, when it can be duplicated, it can be copied. I mean, you don't need much to, I can get a screenshot of something I like, boom, pop it in there, boom, I got an image. 10 seconds later, or whatever, a minute later, I got a whole video, 15-second
Yeah.
video based off of something that I liked. I haven't,
Yep.
yeah, okay, prompt, whatever, whatever, cool, cool. And, I'm letting the machines, which is great, it's great for us, but it's just like, I think about like the newer artists, like I think about, somebody just getting started now and like, but maybe we just need to talk to those people just to see what they're thinking, but I just want to encourage anybody starting right now. It's just like, you know, do what you want to do and stick on to your passion, because if don't let the outside noise stop you from creating your masterpiece because this person is going to tell you that don't sample AI because of copyrights. The other person is going to tell you don't sample records because intellectual property, this that. Like at this point, create whatever you want to create
Just
because
create. Just create.
it's right
Create.
there for the picking, and I just feel like
Yeah.
there's like a
Everything has a place. It
yeah.
it just create. Just create. It'll find its place. Like it's just how it works, man. Like it's I understand people want to make make a point as far as ethics go, as far as law goes, as far as gatekeepers go, whatever whatever the factor is. Like when it comes down to it, just create
Yeah.
and let your creation find its way. That it's not because the more we try to force things or dictate things, the more distorted and misconstrued it gets. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's not creation in its pure form is like just the ability to dismiss all boundaries,
Yeah.
right? And you just let whatever that higher power is flow through you and create. And then when it's created, you ain't gotta worry about it no more. You know, you just let it do what it do, and you go on to the next thing. It's like this is the time, and now more than ever is like you have the opportunity to be your own brand, promote your own brand, and live, off of your brand,
Yeah.
right? Forever they've been telling us get an education, work hard, retire, and enjoy your golden years,
Yeah.
right? That's been the pitch. But now all those resources that were guaranteed and promised to everyone are gone.
Yeah.
Right now it's like businesses are failing, money's crashing, markets are crashing. Like it's time for big corp to go its own way, and it's up for us, the new entrepreneurs of the world, the new creators of the world, to find our market for all the abundance of people out there that want to pay for it. Like I've been following the La Russell
Mm-hmm.
situation, right? And for him to sell, I think it was 30,000 units in a week as in like strict, like hardcore independent,
Yeah.
and then the music industry, if you will, said they're not going to count any of those sales because they didn't go through the proper systems.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but he had like one person pay him $20,000 for his album.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that don't include like the other 29,999 people that also purchased his album.
Right, because I think how you set it up originally was like you can pay $1 or you can pay $20,000 or
You can pay
whatever,
whatever you want.
whatever
It's
you
just
want.
it's just promotion. Like
Yeah,
it's I mean, but what's the word? Donation.
yeah,
Donate to the album. Like whatever you think is worth, that's what you pay for it.
right,
Motherfucker paid $20,000 for the album, dog. Like
yeah,
it's out there. The people are out there willing to pay for what you do for whatever reason they have. You know what I'm saying? But it doesn't matter. You just create
yeah,
and find your $20,000 customer. You know what I'm
right,
saying?
yeah,
you keep doing it enough, someone out there is gonna really appreciate what you're doing.
yeah,
But you have to let them know you exist.
yep, yeah, that's
Creatively, of course.
right, yeah, yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's just it's interesting, it's like I feel like a lot of the, people that are against, AI and it's almost like they're happy with the whole copyright thing, and I get it. Then there's people that are talking about AI sampling and don't do this, and I don't know. It's just like there's so much meat on the bone to be picked at right now, and it's like we're talking about the laws and all this stuff rather than showing what it could potentially do, and
Yeah.
all the applications that it has, which you know it is what it is at this point. It's I'm gonna keep rocking with the systems that I got in place, and AI has been good to me for sure. Like and good to us, like to be able to create.
It's changing everything for me. Like like all the things that would usually take me so much time to put together. Like now it's just like I have an idea. I can create my vision board of the idea, and then I can pull from my vision board to create my idea. You know what I'm saying? Like I usually it's like, all right, let me go find this. Let me go find that. I ain't gotta find nothing. I got a dog now. You know what I'm saying? Go fetch. Go fetch. As long as I have in my head, like, okay, this is my idea. This is what I want to do. This is what I need you to go retrieve for me. And then I come back with everything that I need to like go into the zone. Like I can go in that zone, not come out till I'm done type
Yeah,
situation. it's wild for me, bro. Like it helps so much for momentum too. It just lets me get into my pocket and just go get there until I'm at a good stopping point, if you will.
Yeah.
Kind of reassess the situation, see if I need to pivot, whatnot. But like just being able to have all that come to me in an instant and to build off of it, it's phenomenal for me. So
Yeah, because it's like ridiculous. Like there's these arguments that it's making us dumber. But if you were already a little dumb and dyslexic
exactly.
like
Like
me,
your your approach. Like look, if you really want to question anything that is created, especially when it comes to technology, compare it to a weapon. Compare it to a gun, right? If you dumb with a gun, somebody's going to die.
Mm,
Period. That is what it is. If you're smart, you have a chance to save lives,
yeah,
right?
and you might not even kill the person.
You don't have to kill someone to save a life.
Right, right.
But being that you have the power to take a life can also grant you enough leverage to save a life
Yeah,
without taking one, right? Because it's just a tool. Like people are gonna bash the tool. People are gonna bash the people who use the tools. People are gonna bash the reason why there's tools. People are gonna bash, bash, bash. But then you have people out there that don't care. They're gonna get the tool because that's what they want.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Then we leave it up to the universe to decide what happens with the results of that. But like you said, if you're an idiot, you're gonna use a tool in a way that's gonna hurt somebody.
I mean,
It
I
could be
could,
your car. You put your car in there. If you're a dumb driver, someone you're gonna get in a lot of accidents. You know what I'm saying?
I could just really imagine, like like the forefathers of whatever, like your Einsteins or your biggest music, whoever that aren't here right now, and to be able to, yeah, of course they, times were different then too, so of course they had the time to formulate big ideas, but just imagine these tools and some people's hands from the past and what they would have created even more. You know what I'm saying? Like, because like you said earlier, like it allows you to get into pockets. It allows you to almost explore it's to the capacity that you want to explore to. There's
Yeah.
really there might be certain limits, but those will soon be gone. I mean,
Yeah.
it's
The
kind of
all the limits you have is language at that point. It's knowledge and language. Like if your imagination has to attach the bridge of your imagination has to attach
yes,
to the technology, right? So,
right,
in the bridge that you build is basically the language that you use and to communicate with the tool, right? And how you learn from the tool and how the tool learns from you. You can't you can't sit there and criticize something when it could save lives. If something has the ability to save lives or change someone's life,
yeah,
right? We can't sit here and knock what the worst case scenario possible. We can express it. We can let it be known, but when it comes to like shut it down type talk, like you're not giving anybody a chance to achieve anything.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like as bad as we're always going to focus on bad, and the only reason why people focus on bad because there's a lot of money in that. There's a lot of money in protection. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of money in telling people you need to protect yourself when you're in these waters,
mm,
right? And not to say that they're wrong for saying it, but a lot of that can psychologically put people in a place where they don't explore because they just want to be safe,
period.
right? It's like we don't need to be. It's no point in being safe anymore. There's no point in being trapped
No,
anymore, right? Because no one's achieving anything from it.
right.
Like as a society, we're ripping each other apart from our living rooms, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like we're not even like meeting no one in it. We're like, I'm gonna turn this thing on and see how many people I can attack today.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's literally everybody's mindset right now.
Well,
They're not creating anything but chaos.
well, because a lot of it has been monetized, right? So that they're
Oh yeah,
that's why,
that is the fuel. That is most of the hate you see is because people support it with monetary tactics. You know what I'm saying? They're using, like getting all these the clickbait energy to get checks,
Yep.
right? And then someone says, "Wow, they got checks from that. Let me do it too."
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like now you got the mob mentality out here trying to sweep the streets with as much derogatory content as they can come up with to block someone else's blessing to create their own.
Yeah. Yeah. It's interesting. And I take that like slight, like even on when people have commented, it's just like I I always look at their page and it's like, okay, you've been on here 15 years, you got 3 subscribers. Well,
Mm,
you talking about my beat?
yeah, yeah,
Okay,
that part.
all
If
right,
any, I'm like, to me, a rule. I think if you're listening to a beat page and you don't like the beat, post your beat
yeah,
on on the comment. Post your beat in the comment, and then make your comment.
yeah,
Right? Then give us your constructive criticism. Don't just hate with no references. Like let me know that you know what you're saying.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Let me get a chance to understand where you coming from before I respond. You know what I'm saying? Because if I open myself up to my creativity to you, and the only thing you do is lash out about what you don't like, as opposed to like, hey, this is what I do. Bam.
yep,
If you like that, here's a couple pointers I can give you, and how I got to this level.
mm,
Boom. Respect from that. You know what I'm
right,
saying? But like, your shit's trash. And you don't see, and that's it. That's the only reference I get. Ooh, what am I supposed to do with that?
right,
Right? Like there's no end game to that. It's just me sitting here looking for closure from a comment because I don't know who you are. I don't know what you do other than call me trash.
right,
That's the only reference I have of you. Like, give me something. Or let me just get, just don't come back. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
just go to someone else's page that promotes that kind of behavior. Not here. That's
yeah.
not what we here for. Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting, but it just goes to show, people regardless, and I look at other people's pages too, that are whatever bigger, and it's just like you see the same thing, the same cycles, and it's just you tap on their page, and either they're private or they got no motion, they haven't dropped anything, and whatever. So it's like, yeah, man, it's all about perspective. Um, when it comes to this game, and it's definitely a game. But
Yeah.
at the end of the day, it's just like, um, authenticity is going to prevail over it all. You know what I'm saying? And being true to oneself, and regardless, as an artist, like, putting out what you want to put out, regardless of what anybody thinks. Like, it's gonna, like we've talked about, it's gonna find its audience, and even if it doesn't find its audience, it's a digital time stamp for me. It's a digital time stamp for you, something that you could look back on, or something that, like. And when it comes to music, right, and beats, right, it's like you don't we don't know what's gonna happen. It's like,
And we're not supposed to. Like
and when
it's an open letter,
yeah,
right? It's up to someone, like generally, for the most part, especially for me, for what I'm saying, if I'm when I'm putting out a beat tape, it's I want people to hear my sound. And if you have something to add to it, I wholeheartedly welcome it. Right? Period. If not, just pass it on by. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna keep putting out stuff because I am in a mindset where it doesn't make any sense for me to create something that never leaves my hard drive.
yeah,
Right? And not to say my numbers aren't a little skewed as far as what I'm putting out and what I've actually created, but I have something out there. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? And I can build. I'm constantly trying to build off of that. Until I'm improving systems so I could be more efficient with dropping things. But I do drop things.
hmm,
I'm still figuring out the most efficient way to go through this hard drive because there's a lot going on in there.
right,
But it's a work in progress for the most part. So it's always nice to have encouragement and not hate. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Or constructive criticism. Because in the grand scheme of things, we are trying to build something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Nothing more, nothing less. We're trying to build something, and we want cool, positive, talented people to build with. You know what I mean? So that's what we're looking for. We're not looking for all the extra stuff. Like
Yeah.
we here to put in work, man.
Right.
So
Yeah. I'm not looking how to make a beat. I make beats. You make beats. You know what I'm saying? We make music. So I'm not looking for um that. That's
yeah,
I'm past that. If not, I probably
yeah,
wouldn't have been posting anything. So, but there just goes to show there's just different people because I've never done that. I've never hopped on whoever artist, forget even music, anybody's page and just hate it. So it's just
no, it's like
it's just
I've
it's two different
always
people. Yeah.
yeah, like I've always answered questions. You know what I'm saying? Someone's asking like, how do I do this? How do I don't, like being well, I've gotten to the point now where I check how long the post has been there
Mm,
because generally, like, if it's been there more than like 8 hours, someone's already answered the question.
right.
But like, I'm there just like, hey, I have all this information in my head. If I see a question I can answer, I'm going to answer it. If I don't like what I'm seeing, I just keep scrolling. And if I don't have an answer, I just don't answer. I just, you know, entertainment purposes only. I sit there and see what's going on.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Um, where else can we go here? Let's see.
The universe is your oyster, my friend.
Oh yeah, yeah. What else, man? Oh yeah, I definitely. I got my folder stemmed out. I got about 12 tracks ready to go, so now I can just hop in and do my thing, and not have to worry about the sounds. So that's cool. I got that folder that I'm building out, so I can just cook up real quick. Um, Shit, man. What else? Anything on your mind over there?
I mean, there's always something on my mind. Um. Oh, so when you when you hit me up with the time confusion,
Yes.
I was I had did my so I opened up Studio One today for the first time in a long
Oh
time,
yeah.
and I put in one of the my old freestyle tracks in there
Okay.
and separated some stems, started remixing songs, bro.
Mm.
I'm kind of excited. I'm not kind. I'm really excited about that part because I've been kind of going back and forth with like how I wanted to like start attacking the legacy library that we have, and so I thought to myself it'd be really cool to do like start doing remixes
Yeah.
and just kind of like go from that route and just start going there into the archives, just remixing old stuff, and then kind of that making that like a habit of mine to go in there s- and have something that we can put something together so we can put it out. Just kind of draw some, some extra streams, if you will,
Yeah.
with the library that we building on and stuff. So I was real excited about that. And then, like I don't really I've never done a beat in Studio One. I think I've done one beat in there. But I really don't do beats in Studio One. I usually use it just for tracking.
Mm.
But it's like the easiest way for me to put a song in there, stem it out, and then start making beats
Right.
around the whole song. You know what I'm saying? Now, as far as if I'm just starting with a loop, that's it's MPC all day. I ain't got a problem. But like just taking a full song and breaking it down and then trying to recreate it, I wanted to do. Studio One seems to be the easiest way for me to do that. So that was exciting. That's something I started today. Like
Mm.
literally, like when you hit me up, say you was ready to go.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So didn't you have a bunch of beats on Studio One, or was that another
I
system?
so like I said, I use Studio One for tracking.
Oh, okay.
So what I'll do, like generally, whether I do my beats on the MPC or in Reason, well, let me backtrack that. everything goes into Reason. So if I do something on the MPC, it's going to Reason. If I do something with the artist, it's going in Reason. So I can kind of organize it, put it all together, and then once I got it the way I want it, as far as arrangement is concerned, maybe a couple of automations and levels or whatnot, then I track it into Studio One, and then that's where I do my mixing and mastering at. Because to me, it's the best in post production. Just managing files, managing songs, managing projects, and then having it, where you can access it all at the same time, basically, and get everything together, your metadata and the whole. It's like studio. It's phenomenal when it comes to the post production part of it. Yeah. But
That's
no, this month I have not done a beat, or maybe I've done one beat just playing around in there, just trying to see if I can do it.
yeah.
But I'm definitely trying to. It's a different interface compared to Reason, especially when it comes to the instrument. So, and the sequencer, in the grid, it's just like it's so different. So it's like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
But I think it's definitely time for me to just kind of take more action in there, just because it has a lot of features in it, and I don't want to miss out on things I could be doing just to make my life easier.
Yeah. I know there's like AI features in there too, right? Or like it could generate samples,
Uh,
or I think I don't know if I had
I
seen
don't,
something
I
like
don't,
that.
I don't, I'm not sure about that.
Okay.
I know they have built a bunch of bridges in there. Like you got a SoundCloud bridge in there. You
Okay.
got a TuneCore, I think, has a bridge in there. I feel like there's one other thing I'm missing. But basically, you basically can just connect directly to those services
Okay.
to get things. Whether it's SoundCloud to put out music, and TuneCore to distribute music. Um, so those are things that are. I don't know about the AI thing to it. I know, I still have Studio One. They've Fender just went ahead and overhauled that, and now it's Fender Studio, which I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do to that, because I got the subscription from Personas, aka Fender. I'm not sure, do I get that, or do I have to pay another extra money to get that? I don't have no. I haven't delved into. I'm just I'm just gonna focus on Studio One for now till I feel the need to jump ship to step that up.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You all right over there, Clay?
It's just dry. It's just a little
You
dry.
know what I'm saying? Okay, that's how to make sure you wet that whistle, man.
Man, I drank enough water, but it's still something going on there.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I've been thinking about using a sequencer next week, and just I haven't really used the actual sequencer thing, and just I've used it, but it's been a while. But it'd be kind of cool to like, play with that with the drums or whatever. Just see if I can create different
You
patterns.
talking about on the NPC?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So that's kind of going to be my next mission for next weekend. Also, too, I think I'm gonna do I don't know what I'm gonna call it, like Soul Sample Monday or something, where I actually drop like a song, like a whole like Suno soul song that I would sample, and so it'd be like me, the kind of preview,
Okay.
like a preview to the beat, and then it'd be like the full track, and then anybody can fucking sample off of it. That's kind of what I was thinking about doing and creating that. So
But you're saying all this is in Suno is what you're referring to, right?
no, I'll be
You're
just
saying you're gonna when you said
I won't be creating it in the Suno. No, I'll just basically just sample
I
the
got
whole song, and then basically put that song out there for anybody else to sample off of it too.
got you.
Yeah.
All right, you got you. Yeah.
Yeah, so you'll get like the full track. I don't think I'm gonna do separate folders or anything. Like it'll just be like sample it off of, because I mean it's a clear recording from here, so I think I might just do it from there. And if you don't know how to sample from YouTube, maybe I'll make a video on how to sample from YouTube after that.
That's the ticket. That's how
Right.
you. You got the let the community know you want them to have all the tools they need, baby.
Yeah. Cool. Well, this has been another episode of Big Monk Media. I want to say this is 5 or 6, right around there. We got a couple that didn't come out with due to audio and stuff like that, but we're here. Technical difficulties.
I want to apologize to everyone that my audio skills are not yet full force right now, but we gonna get there. Like we gonna get there once we get this internet going in here like the way it's supposed to. It'll be a lot better.
Yeah. And on that note, peace.
Doses.
Deuces.